Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my podcast. I fancied having a little bit of a chat this evening about something I feel is incredibly important, and not just to me, but to everybody. And I feel that if everybody were to install this into their lives and live by it, each and every one of us could change not only our lives or the lives of the people around us, but the whole blooming world. And what I'm talking about, obviously, is kindness. Now, kindness comes in many different ways, shapes and forms. It could be as simple as saying thank you to someone and showing gratitude. It could be buying a wonderful gift to somebody that has maybe in need of a cheer up, or maybe has done something amazing for us and we want to thank them for it. It can be something like a compliment, saying somebody, "Oh, I really love that coat. Oh, your hair looks lovely. Oh, it really shows that you've been working hard at this. Well done. You must be so proud of yourself." An acknowledgement is a type of kindness. Helping somebody in a bad situation, giving charity, donating to charity, shopping in a charity shop. There is so many different examples that I could give you. And I think if we all installed that and we all asked ourselves before we spoke, before we acted, before we posted on social media, is what I'm about to do, right, say, is it necessary and is it kind? Then we can say, yeah, it is. Do it. If you're saying, oh, actually, it's not really necessary, I say that, and it is a little unkind, skip it. Just knock it out of your head and don't even bother. Because all it's going to do is stir up a load of worms. And it's not going to end well. So, I'm not saying to not be honest, obviously. I'm not saying to not necessarily be negative, but I'm just saying to think outside the box and how your actions and words and whatever affects the person, the people that it's being aimed at. And where you can, do something. My granddad always used to say, do what you can when you can. And right now, I don't have a lot. I'm very sort of low on money. I have enough to survive and probably getting less and less as each month passes. I am in a very good pace with Baby Blue. Me and her have got the most amazing relationship, and I am so happy. She brings me so much joy, and she's just the best thing in the world. I have so much joy on that respect, but financially and sort of all the adulting type stuff I'm struggling with. So there's a lot of people that say, well, I have nothing, so I can't help. But it's not true. Literally, those of us at rock bottom can still help, can still be kind. Because it is as simple as noticing a friend who may not be saying or screaming out loud, I need help, my situation's so bad. But just sort of looking at them, listening to them, that's a key thing. Listening and hearing them, you can just turn around and say, is everything really all right? Do you want to go and have a cup of tea? Come round to mine and we'll have a chat. Because that can open up so many doors for them. It can help them in more ways than you, as the person offering the tea, can ever imagine. Now, I've been on both ends. I have been the friend offering the tea, and I've been the friend receiving the tea. And when you're the friend receiving the tea, oh my goodness, it means the world that somebody has actually said, I see your pain, I want to help you. And the kindness that that person receiving it can then give is to accept that help. because accepting help from someone is the first step. It really, really is. When you're in a bad place, always say yes, even if you don't think at the time it will help. Where's the harm? Where's the harm in trying? And you could write someone a letter who you haven't connected with in a long time, or send them an email, send them a message on Facebook, or comment on some of their pictures. Reconnect with somebody that may have thought you have forgotten them because you've not been in contact for a while. It's actually something I did a while ago. It was a New Year's resolution I set for myself, where if I thought of a person and thought, oh, I've not heard from them in a while, I would literally pick up my phone at that moment in time and I would just send them a text message, a message on Facebook, whatever, and it would just say, how are you? Let's catch up, or something. And then that will be the start to a conversation, which you can then make into something else. And I have stayed in contact with so many people because I have done that. And now I feel like I have this massive support base of people all over the globe because I have made the effort. And that, I think, is such a big part of kindness. It's making an effort for other people and not just expecting people to come to you. Because if we all think people are going to come to us and they'll arrange the stuff and they will contact us if they cared about us, no one will contact each other. So why don't we all be like that? So next time, here's a little thing for you. Next time you think, oh, I've not heard from so-and-so in a while, even if it's an old school friend that you lost contact with over 10, 15 years ago, find them on Facebook and send them a message saying, I was thinking about you the other day. Do you remember the time that we did X, Y, Z? I mean, it'd be really nice to catch up. How are you doing now? What are you up to? I did it last night. An old school friend from school, I saw on Facebook that she was going for a bit of a rough time, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to send her a message. I'm going to reach out to her and let her know she's got somebody that is following her story and is there to help them and listen if she needs it. And that's what I did. And I do it all the time. I've actually got a friend who I've known since I was baby blues age, and he's come off Facebook, and I'm gutted. And now I'm really determined to get back in contact with him, because I haven't heard from him in ages, and we used to be really close and just chat all the time. So I'm desperate to get back in contact with him. But it's that sort of thing that you can do, even when you don't have the money to buy presents or take someone out for coffee or go on amazing adventures with someone, make their dreams come true or help them out financially. There's always stuff you can do. You can be the shoulder to cry on, you can be the listening ear, you can be the one that notices that they need help and help them go in the right direction. You may have a friend who wants to come out to their family of being gay, being bisexual, going through transition. Be the support they need. Give them the encouragement they need. Give them a lot of compliments for how they look and how brave they are and all of this sort of stuff, because it really, really does help. And the key to kindness, don't do it for reward. Don't do it because you think you're going to get someone. Because if you are, the person receiving it will sniff that out. It's like people who work in the theatre industry. If people suck up to them, they're instantly, you want free tickets, you want this, you want that. Don't ever be that person. Be kind because you are a nice person. Be kind because you are interested in them, in helping them, and not because you are going to get something from it. There's a lot of posts that go around saying the law of attraction, if you are kind, you will get kindness back. It is 100% true, but do not act in kindness just to get kindness back. That is the key to kindness. Do it as part of your everyday life. It is something you do. Like when somebody holds the door open for you, you instantly say, oh, thank you. Because it is what you do. It is just an everyday reaction to life. It's seeing somebody drop their shopping on the floor. Go and help them pick it up. Don't just be one of the people watching, oh my God, look at them and they're trying to get it. If you see someone fall, run to catch them. And if you can't catch them, help them get up, make sure they're okay, and call an ambulance if they need it. Be that person. Another friend of mine actually posted on social media this week, in fact, saying that he was driving along the road and he saw somebody collapsed on the side of the road. He pulled over and was helping this elderly gentleman. And so many cars passed by, staring, and not one offered to help him. He was on his own with this gentleman and he was trying to get him into his car and struggling. And not one person stopped to help him. And the guy in question has actually found me when I had my drink spiked. I was staggering up the road and he picked me up and took me to my door because he is an amazing human being. He is probably one of the kindest and most genuinely lovely gentlemen I know. And I call him a gentleman because that is exactly what he is. I love him so much. I call him my hero. He hates the fact I call him my hero, but he is my hero. And he is the epitome of kindness to me. He just does everything for everyone else. He's a real old soul, sort of like my grandparents. He would do anything for anyone. And he was so cross that all these people just passed by and not helped. And we should all be the one that sees it in the car, go, he's on his own. Should we just ask him if he needs help? Wind down the window. You all right, mate? Do you need some help? Do you want me to come out and help you? Oh my God, yes, please. That would be really helpful. If he doesn't need help, he's going to say no and you can drive on. But at the end of the day, you have offered that kindness and you had thought about it and you haven't just passed by. I mean, I've been in that situation as well. I fell over and I bruised my coccyx bone on a curb because I tripped over a bit of uneven flooring in the middle of a road once. And I really hurt myself and I was in agony. And the amount of people that passed me by and didn't help me was ridiculous. And there's another incident I've just thought of, actually. I was pregnant and it was the early stages, so I didn't look pregnant. And I was walking over this bridge. And as I was going over the bridge, I suddenly thought, I'm going to be sick. And I quickly ran round the bridge and underneath it and started throwing up. And people were walking past me, laughing and pointing at me. And I think they just presumed I'd had too much to drink or something and I'd just come out of the pub. But I was throwing up and they were literally laughing at me. And not one person offered to help me. And I was there literally feeling awful, throwing up my guts. It was morning sickness, obviously. But everybody just presumed that I was drunk or something along those lines. Because it was lunchtime and I'd had too much wine with my lunch or whatever. But you should never presume. I think that's another kindness in itself. Never presume someone's situation. For all they know, I could have been having chemotherapy and it was the treatment. Or for all they know, I could have been pregnant and been in need of a little bit of kindness and reassuring because your emotions are going up and down, up and down. And I literally felt like I wanted the ground to swallow me up because I was so embarrassed, especially when strangers started laughing and presuming and judging me. It's horrible. So kindness is so important, and the state of the world now, I think we can all agree, it's a little bit scary at times, and I think greed needs to be abolished. The people who live life by money need to be cut down. And the people who live their lives by kindness, helping others, and being genuinely good and humble are the ones that should be celebrated and put on the pedestals. So that's the end of my podcast. That's the end of my chat. I hope it's brought something to you and given you some food for thought. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you at the next podcast. Bye-bye.